Hey guys, this is Cree. Welcome to the Right Side of 50. Just checking in to say hello to you guys, see how you're doing with your YouTube channel. Hope you guys have learned something new. I mentioned in one of my videos in the past week, watching videos, picking up information to excel, or even before you excel, you have to try and you have to try a variety of things. One of the main things that I can say I've learned with YouTube is the fact that people do things different. Um, Consistency, posting daily, posting every other day. Some post twice a day. Um, I don't know in the beginning at this time because I've only been on for 2 months, but I don't know if that clearly makes a difference as far as daily, twice a day, every other day, 5 times a week. Um, I couldn't tell you that because I haven't done it long enough. I'm experimenting with a little bit of both. Um, I think consistency sounds good. I think that's a good idea. I haven't completely 100% gotten there yet. I'm trying. For the most part, I have. I started this channel in December. Well, I started creating in December. I've had this channel for years, but I have been trying to be as consistent as possible, of course, um, with my content. Trying to be a little bit more organized with my thoughts because I know you guys, and I apologize. Sometimes I'm all over the place, and I think it's because I have random thoughts. So I am trying to do things to regulate my thoughts a little better because the whole point of this channel is mental wellness, mental health. I think that helps you with your financial wellness um, of getting to where you'd like to go. Now, me creating content, I promise you guys, there's no gimmick here. It really does mentally help me. It's very good therapy. Um, Looking at a camera or a phone in this case, um, it's therapy for me. It's very therapeutic. I like talking to you guys. Um, I'm a very warm, caring person. I love people. I do have my moments where I want to be by myself. Um, in the morning, a morning routine is a work routine. Getting up, thanking God for letting me open my eyes, letting me breathe again, acknowledging that I know where I'm at. Get up, you know, try to stretch a little bit. But even before I do that, uh, drinking water. That just helps kickstart your system. So that way you can get some water in your system. Then you can go in there, wash your face, brush your teeth, shower, depending if you work from home or not, or whatever. I won't get into your hygiene routine. I don't know if there's a right or wrong way. It just depends on you. But doing that, I don't get my coffee right away. Um, I drink coffee most days, but not necessarily, not right away. I usually wait a couple hours because I want to get enough water in my system. So think about my day. In my case right now, it's claims because that's what I do. Um, I really don't like the fact that that comes to my mind all the time. But as you guys already know, I'm still trying to figure and battle that, okay? But YouTube is such a great tool for therapy. Now, please don't let YouTube go the wrong way. As a observer of YouTube, that's the platform I'm on the most. Okay, I get my giggles off of Instagram and TikTok. I do, but YouTube, I think it's because it's there's a lot of learning on there, and it's a lot of things that I pick up, and then sometimes I may not pick it up right away, but I am starting to really, really observe as far as how people create their content. That's important to me. I'm not monetized yet. That may take a long time. It may not take so long. I don't know. I'm patient. Um, I may have mentioned before. Sometimes patience goes against you, but in this case, I don't think it does, because I don't think there's a right or wrong. I don't think there's a formula. YouTube, I think it's just what works for you. Sometimes it's just about the timing. I did learn on somebody's channel. I remember they said at this time of year, well, not this time, but toward the end of the year, YouTube tends to be a little bit more observant or generous. I don't know how you want to put it, with monetizing and things like that, because there's more money in the bucket. There's more advertisements, and that's because of the holidays. So there's more advertisements. It's more things going on, more money being spent. Therefore, that's a good time. So if you guys came in at a good time, hopefully you were able to get monetized. Even if you had been doing it for a few years, that may have been the sweet spot for you. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't start till December, but again, my time will come. Um, I'm patient on that. My time will come. So I'm these days I'm just trying to make notes on what I see, what I like to talk about. I try to stay on topic, but I'm not the best at that, you guys. I really am not, because I can kind of go all over the place myself. Um, but I will say this journey thus far has really helped me. Um, I have a lot of battles, a lot of personal battles. Um, I'm not battling demons. Sorry, you guys, my light. I got my laptop behind there, brightening up the video. But anyway, so it's been very therapeutic. Um, Battling different things. I'm trying to think about my career and if I want to continue it, or if I want to choose something different. Um, all of that is important. Um, Entrepreneurship, I've been thinking, I honestly did not really start thinking about my journey myself on entrepreneurship probably until 2020. And we all know why. We were all affected in such a way that it makes me, I'll be honest, um, it's made me see employers a little different, see jobs a little different. Um, I used to be a mobile notary during that time. Why? Because of YouTube University. Never even thought about a mobile notary existing. There were a lot of mobile businesses at that time because of what we were going through. Um, that was probably the most fulfilling job I can say that I had. I was more of a third party. I was getting my assignments through third parties, of loan companies and things like that, mortgage companies. And, I would receive the assignment, I'd accept it, and I would drive out all over the place to get the work done. What I loved most about being a mobile notary is my time. I was able to pick and choose the assignments I wanted, um, and schedule it according to my day. Driving, it gave me so much time to think about things. And then meeting different people, new people. I don't, I can't say I've ever had a problem with any signers that I had. I was doing a lot of refinancing back then because that's when those numbers were low. So I had a lot of refinance assignments. I had some buyers and sellers, but and some HELOCs, but most of them were refinances. It was fun. It gave me the freedom to manage my money, to decide how much money I wanted, not how much the employer wanted, but how much I wanted to make for that day. Now, I got out of that what I put in. So honestly, that lasted me a year and a half, maybe. I did some regular type of notary work, But the refinances, things like that, that was probably 80% of what I did. I really liked it. Once the interest rates start going back up, the work got slower. So I wasn't able to really carry that out. I was trying during that time to get direct clients, which would be the mortgage companies directly. Um, I was so close to getting that, excuse me, and then the interest rates just they shot back up. So, needless to say, that didn't work. I mean, at that time it didn't. But like I said, I didn't get mad because everybody knows real estate. The real estate market is a up and down thing anyway. I don't care what position you're in. It's an up and down market. So I got out of it what I put in, and it was an enjoyable year and a half. I started it part time first when I was working with an absence management company. Then I took some time off because, again, that was during that period of time um, that we all just, forever remember. Um, had some losses and had to take a little time off. Once I got through taking that time off and I came back in tenfold with the notary, with the, what I was doing. And like I said, it was full enjoyment meeting people, um, talking to them, their day, where they came from, their journey. It was interesting. I've always liked meeting people, and it's a good way to network, you guys, because sometimes you run into people and they do something, um, and you don't even think about it, or you're going, "Wow, how do you get it? How does that work? Like, what does your day look like?" When I used to drive Uber and Lyft, I would get that a lot too. Sometimes you run into people and they say what they do, interesting work, you conversate. Sometimes you can network. They give you their card or you ask them for a card, whatever the case is. That's a good way of networking as well. So, um, I opened myself up to that. Um, I do. I definitely open myself up to networking, just to see what's out there. Because you guys, I still would love to be in an entrepreneurial state. I know right now that's not going to happen because right now I still have to sustain myself. So to do that, I do have to work for an employer. And on the back ends, I like to do some other things. YouTube, that's where that comes in again. Maybe one day this will be lucrative, not just through AdSense, but affiliates, sponsors, things like that. I know there's multiple ways to make money on YouTube. Right now, I'm just trying to get my feet wet, and I'm just trying to get my organization together, um, and then learn other things, along with the journey. Because who knows? Like I hear so many people say that I've learned it on YouTube making money before you even get monetized. Don't just rely on AdSense. Rely on other things. Your marketing, your sponsorship. Um, if you have something to teach, you can market that. It's a lot, and trust me, I'm going through this. Okay, I go back and forth and write things down. I'm old school in that way. So, yes, you guys, I know how to use Microsoft Word and Excel and Notepad and, sticky notes, digital sticky notes. I know how to do all that. I use them sometimes. But depending on what we're talking about, I'm just one that still likes to write. I still like to write on a notepad. So, for you newbies out there, uh, young youngsters, so I still am one of those. But yeah, there's so much to learn out here. There's so many things to do that you can do. Um, I am one of those people. It's very hard for me to think outside of the box. I don't know why. I can't. It's very hard for me. Because every time I hear something, what do you think I say? Oh, why didn't I think about that? Or I say to myself, oh, I thought about that before, but maybe I was just too scared to push, too scared to attempt it. I have analysis paralysis. I do. I am one of those people that I probably overdo the learning um, because I'm scared of failure, because I'm scared that I'm going to mess up. But I had to learn that even with the notary. I had to mess up some things, make errors, which is usually just forgetting a signature or something like that. So the lesson in that is I had to go back. Um, to avoid all that gas and trying to reschedule, try not to miss any signatures, okay, or stamps. So, so that's about it. Everything is a learning opportunity. Um, as I get older, I think that matters the most to me as well. Because look, you guys, maybe it's just a fantasy, but I think a lot about the future, not right now necessarily, as far as because I know these things aren't going to happen overnight. It takes planning for a lot of things. But I would love in the next, um, so many years to perhaps be an expat or, to travel around the world, sit someplace for, 3 months in one place in a different country. Um, I live vicariously through others on YouTube who do it. I'm not saying that I can't do it, but definitely right now I can't. Um, because I want to have more of a plan. When I moved from Illinois, for you guys, if you don't know, I'm from right outside of Chicago, the Chicagoland suburbs, west suburbs. So I moved out here in Phoenix, Arizona, probably about almost 18 years ago. So I've been out here for a long time. Um, I did that even though I had thought about moving from Illinois to Arizona for about 2 years. I still, when it was time to actually do it, to react, um, I didn't have a lot of planning with it. I really didn't. And things were easier then. So we're talking 2007. We're talking about right before everything went boom, 2007, 8. It was right before that occurred that I moved out here. So I probably had, I don't know, a couple of paychecks, give or take, um, moving out here. My logic at that time, having one child, he was in high school at that time, but it was one of those things I wanted so bad to come out here because back then I remember a doctor had mentioned seasonal depression because I'm just no good in the winter. I'm no good during cloudy, gloomy snowstorms, windstorms, just cold. I don't like all of that for a long period of time. So it would cause me to be very, very depressed. So not to the point to where I didn't work. I had to work. I had a child to support. Okay, so I can always force myself to do things, but I am always one. I've worked two jobs a lot in my life. I've always worked hard, tried to do what I could. Sometimes, a lot of times, not sometimes, I made bad decisions. Um, but I learned from them. Okay, most of them I learned from. Some of them I had to trip a couple times, hit my head a couple times, and say, okay. But anyway, when I moved out here, you guys, I was um, maybe a couple of paychecks. It was just easier to do. If it didn't fit in my car, it wasn't coming. I gave a lot of my stuff away. I didn't charge anything. I told my family, come here. You guys got this much time to get it out of here. If not, I'll leave it for the neighbors. So that's how I operated. I'm not a materialistic person. So I didn't even take my TV. No, I didn't. I Stuff like that is just not. I have a TV. Well, I had. I'll say had because it doesn't work now. But I personally didn't even know it didn't work. I watch my laptop. My laptop is my TV, my phone. So I don't care about stuff like that. Material, I'm not big on material stuff. I really am not. I packed up that car with what was necessary, what I needed. Um, 2 or 3 paychecks, whatever little savings I had. You guys, I'm not talking about a lot of money. It was not like I had thousands of dollars. I didn't. I came out here, you know, on on little, not a lot, not the way. If I had to do it again, I would have did it a little different. And then in this day and age here, we are 2025. I definitely would do it different, but I don't have any dependents anymore, so it's just me. So everything worked out when we moved here. I was up and running. I was working within 3 weeks of getting here because it was easier to do at that time. The pay wasn't as great as it was in Illinois, but the cost of living was a little different too out here. It was a little cheaper. So I came out in the greater part of Phoenix, started my life, and I've had bumps and ups and downs, but again, cost of living, none of that was really affected until 2020. That's when everything changed for everybody. So I think that's where the entrepreneurial thought process came in at for people. And plus, I'm just, like I said, I'm older now. Um, I have no problem with authority, never have. I'm at that age where I want my own. And I don't need to be a billionaire. I'm not looking for that. Um, sorry, my light again. I mean, if it was to happen, great, but that maybe it should be my goal. They say not to um, take less, or whatever the saying is, like not to assume, or just don't take the little kibbles and bits. No, no, I want to be successful with something. I want to be proud of something. I don't want to push a product or something that I don't believe in. I don't Working for other companies, that's kind of, especially if you're in the sales environment, that's kind of what you do. I've always been good in those areas of some sort of customer care, because with customer care, the agenda is to help them with their problem. So you would think that would be easier for me to try to create something to help someone solve their problem. I'm working on it. I haven't really come up with anything, but I know how I am. I know it takes trial and error, but I still like a little bit of comfort before I do certain things. So, you guys, I'm working on it. Once I get it, I'm going to let you know, sure. Do a little trial and error first. If you guys have some ideas, please drop them down in the comments. If it's something you'd like me to talk about, or um, open up a little bit more about, I don't think I'm a mystery, but if it's something you want to know, sure. I mean, go ahead and drop it in the comment. Maybe I'll talk about it in the next couple of videos. Other than that, until then, you guys just, have a great day, and please, 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 please protect your mental, okay? All right. Until then, take care.